we have a little teaser for you about a special report he has been doing, covering like no other news outlet you're seeing in the country, tackling the issue of biological men coming in and dominating female sports. You may already have seen some of it. It's the great rugby footage of a player named Ash. Let's show a teaser of what's coming next with that before we continue on with the next news.
Last weekend, three women's rugby players had to be removed from a game and treated for injuries from hits sustained by a trans woman.
That just bowled him over. It literally couldn't be easier for this guy.
Notice the reaction that he gets from the other teammates of Ash, desperately trying to protect Ash from having to face the public.
This is the trans woman this string is about. That guy looks like he could be the ref.
What the is he doing? And the second one is, why are these women defending him?
There is something in the water there that is making people go insane in this town.
I really wish that the female players who are upset about this would start standing up to this insanity.
What gets me, and I've just realized this, okay, the fathers that are okay with their daughters competing against men. And that video very clearly shows that the men in attendance are all okay with this.
Yeah, they're going to equity and tolerance our mothers, daughters, and sisters right into a bunch of wheelchairs or an early grave.
I understand Mr. Davis was the hardest hitting player on the men's team last year, sir. How is he being allowed to play against biological females?
You're disgusting. Get out of my face.
Stay away from me, man.
I heard what you were saying before. I think the idea is that you're not being tolerant of other people's beliefs. You think everyone has to believe what you believe. I think we should just be tolerant.
Ladies, what do you think about Mr. Davis injuring biological females? Any thoughts on that? Ash, is it true that you were voted the hardest hitter on the male team that you played for last year? You're the ref. You should be calling this.
I will be calling a very safe game, sir. Thank you.
Keep walking if you don't have good vibes.
Okay, then. Oh, really? Including a male player injuring female players. That's okay with you?
What's wrong with that?
You don't have to talk to the players.
Please don't touch me. Are you with the local media? This guy, Ash Davis, three women on the Stony Creek Camels team had to be carted off the field. How is that safe? He's a biological male.
You know what? That's not true.
Mr. Davis, why are you doing this? You were voted the hardest hitter on the male team last year. Doesn't that make things even more lethal for the biological females that you're injuring?
Oh, okay. I can't answer that question right now.
Oh, is that right? I see these ladies telling you not to talk. You're taking orders from these rugby players, sir.
Well, I'm just here to watch a rugby game.
So why is this being tolerated, man?
Because they're not a male.
Oh, it's a they. How about yourself, sir? Do you agree with a biological male playing against biological females? Looks like you're giggling. Weird world, isn't it, sir?
It's a sticky situation, that's for sure.
Have a good weekend. Oh, you don't... Really?
Oh my gosh. Now, I just want to say something. I mean, there's so much to say about that. But I want to remind people, because first of all, this is the team that has the heaviest hitter on a male team on their team. Of course, that's an advantage for them. But, this is what is so harmful about collectivism. Flashback maybe 5 years, maybe even sooner. Everybody would say, yeah, it's wrong for a biological man who is the heaviest hitter on the rugby team to then go, full force on women. But because it is not the collective thing people believe they're supposed to say, you only have the voices speaking out on camera that are for, or at least acting as though they're for it. You have people hiding behind cameras or not answering. And I just want to say that Menzies is also bringing a voice to many of the people behind the scenes who are saying, thank you guys so much for covering this issue, rugby players included. And of course, There are statements Joe Warmington put out in his article about this, where some of the women who had been tackled said things like they felt like they had been hit by a train by Ash. So I just want to point that out, because it's hard to show that side because they're so scared of speaking out.
And in the teaser, you heard like the man saying like, you just show that you're not tolerant. But where do we draw the line of tolerance? Where we say like enough is enough, this is going too far? Because at one point, if we let that happening, where is going to be the next? Like where the woman will like lose their place? Like when we look at that, women have worked hard. Of course, they are disadvantaged by their physical body, because we know our bones, about our vascularity, everything is different than a man. It's more vulnerable, and it's because we are the one who give birth to child. It is why our complexity of our body is different. But if we now let biological men who doesn't even like look like a woman,
not even trying,
not even trying. This is the worst part. But taking our sport, taking our pageant, taking our like place in the society, where is the feminist in this? Because I remember in a time that I was a little bit younger, not so far ago, we had some feminists that was talking about the position of the woman, the salary of the woman, and the opportunity of the woman that was less than the men. But now we let the man taking the place of a woman, and now it's okay?
Yeah, exactly. You're totally right. Now they're calling, the true feminists transphobic, or I think they call them TERFs, trans exclusionary females, or something like that. The ones who want the safe place in the rape shelters and in the prisons and in the sports, they're somehow vilified. But you're right. Bring feminism back. I can't believe I'm saying it, but there has to be, some sanity restored. There has to be a middle ground here. I just can't believe it. And the men that are supporting this, it's quite shocking to me how far this is all going. It's so obvious. Everybody knows that there is an issue with the heaviest hitter. And one thing I'm confused about, and that woman clarified, this is a they, and I read that Ash identifies as a non-binary person. So if you don't identify as a woman, why are you on the women's team anyways? I'm very confused about that.
And what disturbed me the most is like, is a biological male that are now a trans woman who is also a they, but is also lesbian.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's a clip from something we call Rebel News Daily. It's our daily live stream hosted by my friend David Menzies, but the show also includes a rotating cast of hosts and special guests, including me. It's a great way for us to talk about the news of the day as the news is happening in an unscripted fashion, and it's an awesome way for you to interact with us as well. We stream every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain, wherever you find Rebel News. See you there.